Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name's Coda. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple tips and a couple tricks for using mouse on PGA 2k21 on PC. If you're new to the channel, you're not alone. Okay, this is the very first video I made. I'd appreciate any support, any comments, any feedback you guys want to give me. Please do so. Smash the dislike, unsubscribe, anything you got to do to let me know if this video is good or bad. Okay, we do plan on doing more videos in the future, including advanced guides, tips and tricks, general shot type selection, bag selection, course management. We have a lot of good video ideas coming up. So if you do like this and you want to see more, stick around, or you can come find me on Twitch. I stream every day around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is twitch.tv/CodaGoBang. All right, so let's jump into this video. Let's see what we're doing here today. And let's hopefully improve your guys' game. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about here is why mouse. Why should I use a mouse, right? What are the advantages? Well, the first thing I'll say is that a mouse feels so much better than a controller when it comes to this game and actually making good contact, hitting the ball well, and your timing. Okay, with mouse you run into far less complications as far as swing plane or down swing tempo, because it's very tactile. You have a lot of control, right? You have a lot more control using your whole arm and hand than you would, a little stick with a couple fingers. But to get yourself into the situation, you need to make sure that your mouse is set up properly. Okay? If you do play on mouse, you need to make sure that you have a lower DPI. Okay, you don't have to do this, in your mouse client. You can do it in game. I believe there is, where is it? There is a slider in here somewhere. Mouse swing sensitivity. By default, this is on 50. 50 is going to use whatever your client mouse DPI is. So if you set it at 300, it'll use it at 300, 600, so on. If you don't have a way of changing your DPI, I would only then recommend coming in here and actually changing this. If you have a DPI button or any software, you can program multiple DPIs, I would do that there. If you don't have that though, you can definitely lower this down, because pretty sure everyone uses way too high of a DPI setting. Okay, everyone does it. It's too risky. I don't know, it might work for you, but if you're having issues with your game, I highly suggest lowering it. I play at 350 DPI, and I feel that gives me a good range of control. Also with tactile movement of my arm, I'm able to develop a consistency, a swing tempo or rhythm, right, that you may not be able to find if you're just using your wrist, and a very high sensitivity. So if you're struggling with that, I would recommend lowering your DPI. Okay, and with that, the mechanics of swinging a mouse are much more straightforward. Okay, great swing. As you bring it back and take it forward, you're almost never coming off this swing plane, right? It's almost never going to happen. So let's tee up a good one here and just show you how drastic. Try and follow my cursor if you can here. Do you see how drastic I pulled? I actually had to noticeably pull that, and it almost barely affects my swing plane. If you try to do that on a controller, your shot's probably going to look something like this. Okay. Probably something along those lines. And if this looks like you, this is your issue. Okay, come to the mouse side. If you're playing on console, you might be able to have a mouse set up for that. I'm not sure. I think that's kind of dependent on the console itself, right? So with the mechanics of this, you really only need to focus on your downswing timing. Okay, what does that mean? Well, your backswing doesn't really matter. You can go as long as you want, as long as your downswing timing is good. Okay, it doesn't matter at all. Now you're going to lose a little bit of power if you hold it too long. There's a tiny window when you can go over 100% power, which I believe is just in the beginning of the red. But the longer you hold it, the more power you lose, and you end up only hitting about 96 or so. Now, with that said, you can go as fast or as slow as you want. It really doesn't matter. It's all about your downswing tempo, the timing, and this is the same for every shot. Okay, so let's say we have a 8-iron splash shot here. Doesn't matter what I do in the backswing, as long as I'm making a good, committed downswing. And that wasn't great, but that's okay. Right? It's all about your downswing tempo. Let's try a different shot. Let's go with the flop shot here. A little slow, but again, not very far off. Right? We're losing a lot of power because we're holding it just to demonstrate. But really, it's a very simple, similar swing. You want to try and use the same swing every time. Right? It's the same tempo and timing. And this starts off at the driving range until you play on your tours. Maybe you play head-to-head, teams, societies, anything. This is just how you improve. You need to become more consistent. Right? Some of the other shot types now, they took out punch shot, which many of you know. And now they left us with this brand new punch shot, which is the true swing punch. Be careful with this, but it does behave pretty similar. You want a very similar timing. Not quite the punch shot, but it will do. And then I think last, what do we have? The pitch. Pitch is a little funky. If you played this game, you know. But again, it's all just about the timing, right? Hold it as long as you want. You're going to take off power. Maybe you need 90% power, and that's the easiest way for you to do it, right, on that shot. Okay. Last thing I want to get into here in this short video is putting. Putting on mouse is very, I'm not going to say easy, but it's very easy to be consistent. You're almost never going to pull a putt, push a putt, ever. It's too easy. You're literally almost never going to do it, okay? Controller, I think we've seen probably putts like this, right? If you play on control, you may have experienced this yourself. But when you make the change to mouse, you really just have no issues with your push-pull. It's very easy, very easy. Now, reading a green, something we'll get into in another video, putt previews, stuff like that, that's all its own thing. But just as far as the actual swing, the mechanics of it, mouse is nice because you can pull it back very slow. So if you're kind of worried about maybe not hitting the right speed, you can pull this back very slow. Pretty easy to line up a perfect, and then just go through and explode, right? Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this short little tips and tricks, little guide, okay, for mouse and keyboard, let me know. We're going to do this again. Hopefully go through a lot of the different parts of the game, from your approach to your off the tee putting, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, clubs you should be using, clubs you shouldn't be using, and all that and more, guys. So really, again, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, leave me a comment on what you liked, what you didn't like, and then come find me on Twitch. Stream almost every day. Almost every day. All right, twitch.tv/CodaGoBang. You guys enjoy your night, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, thank you.